What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Kevin, and in today's video we are going to talk about gardening. Just kidding, don't leave. You guys know we've got all kinds of mamas ready to have baby goats, and everybody wants to know how many more goats do you have since the last video. The last video we showed we had those twins born, we had the baby geese born. The video before that, well, we do have some more numbers of baby goats, and we got some stuff to talk about. Some good stuff, some bad stuff, just a little bit of everything. But talking about the garden, just to give you guys an update, Rachel and I and Kaya, we did work out in the garden last weekend, and we did a lot of burning and stuff, burnt a bunch of old weeds and all that, trying to prep for the gardening season because spring's right around the corner. And here comes some of my dogs right here. Talking of dogs, how are Livestock and Cora doing with the babies? Where's all the babies at? We got more babies than the ones you guys seen the other day. There's Miss Cora, girl. Yes, Cora, guys. I gotta brag on her. So we got some stuff to talk about. It's not all rainbows and paradise here when you got baby goats and you got these dogs. So we were very worried. Oh yeah. We were very worried that the new livestock gardening dog Cora, she's our youngest Anatolian. She is 13 months old. And sometimes when you got livestock gardening dogs, puppies, and you got new baby kids on the ground, they want to play, they want to be rough, they want to bite their legs and stuff. Well, let me tell you guys, Cora is doing awesome. She is very awesome. We've got several kids here. I'm going to show you guys here in just a little bit. But these mamas will go, and you can tell when they're fixing to be in labor because they'll kind of go lay by themselves, do their thing. Well, Cora will go sit beside them, and she kind of cows down, and she kind of goes up to them, and just lays there and just kind of watches. It's amazing, and I'm very proud of her. Now, this guy right here, we got to talk about something. He is a different story, but before we get into that, let me walk over here. We got some of the baby goats out, we got some in the barn, there's one way over there, and these are the twins that you guys seen born in the last video, so they're a couple days old now. So I think it's one boy and one girl, and they are half Spanish, half Kiko, and you can see they're born from the mama that had all that cashmere. They're doing awesome. The dogs aren't bothering them. They're doing a great job. A lot of times, early in the morning or late at night, the goats all hang out around here. We have the barn shut off too, so these goats and the babies and the dogs, they can only browse around on this 2 acres right here. They don't have access to the big field right now. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit too. Yeah, we're going to talk about you too, Livestock. So, in the mornings and evenings, the moms, they'll come out of the barn. You know, I feed in the evening times. They'll come out of the barn, they'll start browsing around and stuff. A lot of times, the kids will hang out around the huts, and the moms will just leave them and come do their thing. These dogs, Cora and Livestock, will babysit the babies. If they start crying, they'll go over there and kiss them and stuff. It's crazy. It's magic how it works sometimes, I guess. But we got some other issues that we're dealing with. I'm gonna go in the barn and show you guys. So you can see we got this pile here. This is where I put in the water line, and our land's pretty rocky, if you can't tell. But these little goats, they love playing on them. They like jumping on the piles and stuff like that. I don't know if I can zoom in or not good enough with this camera, but we got another baby right there, and it's got a little, looks like it's got a little white patch on its forehead and maybe its mouth. And then come back over here. This one has a white face. Look at that. You guys seen that one in the last video. So that's the babies out here. So we got 3, and we got several moms that are fixing to pop. We've been having babies every day since you guys seen the last video, and I can see the dogs found something else down in the burn pile to tear it up. Man, we got a lot of spring cleanup. I'm telling you, we got so many more babies to come. Everybody's just laying around waiting for their turn to go into labor, I guess. So we're gonna go in the barn. I'm gonna show you guys what we got going on and why. And there's Mr. Leesky gonna follow me. So, like I said, you guys know we were worried about having the new puppy, Cora, and being a problem with the new kids and stuff being born. And we have had a problem, but not with Cora. So, we got some moms pinned up. These are all first-time moms. We got a set of twins right here. Let me come over here. Yeah, you're a pretty girl. You did a very good job. You see those babies? You can see that the Kiko Buck Bo, the New Zealand buck, he definitely passed on his genetics. You can see the color. See that white there on the forehead. Then we got two new babies that was born. These were born late last night in the dark. I think we got two boys in there. So that's a Spanish mama. So those babies are half Kiko, half Spanish. This one is full Kiko. So these babies are full Kiko. And you can see, this is what young man Leesky does just about all day. Rachel and I, we are always looking outside to see if any of the mamas are having babies. Well, we always see Cora out there, but where's Mr. Leesky? He's in here on nursery duty. He is the security for the nursery barn. All right, so let's come over here. Now this is a different story. This is the first time mom. She had two babies, and this is where we're going to talk about the problem. So you'll see her, she's not real nice to this baby all the time. The baby's eating, she lets the baby eat sometimes, but when we're out here, a lot of times she'll act like this, like she don't want anything to do with it. The baby's been eating from her for several days, and I thought it would pass the scent through her, like I talked about in some of the last videos, but for some reason she does not like this kid. And whenever these kids were born, they were born, hey, be nice, hey, come here. All right, so all you gotta do is just come out here, grab her like this. I'm holding her with one hand. She's not wild or nothing else, but you can see this baby's eating. So I'm gonna let it suck for just a minute, and I'm gonna back off. So, see, it's crazy. It's like this baby just annoys her or something, and she's smelling it. She knows it's her baby, but okay. Now let's see if she'll let it get back on. See, it's the weirdest thing. She knows it's her baby because she can smell the scent from it, but she still kind of wants to reject it. Don't be mean. Hey, 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 hey. That's your baby. All right, I'm gonna hold your head. So this is some of the frustration that comes along in goat farming. And this really isn't the mom's fault. Let me deal with this for a minute, and we'll see if I can do two things at once. You can see this baby's getting belly full of milk for breakfast. And it's been a busy week. I was at work when all these babies started being born. So Rachel and my dad, they were kind of busy here managing everything. I had to be outside at work, and coming home doing all this in the dark sometimes is fun. But luckily Rachel and my dad was here to see things over. Dad and Rachel come in here and they partitioned this stall off so we could put these first-time mamas in here. We kind of just put the first-time mamas in here because they get a little bit confused, and I'm going to cover that in just a second. But you can see there, the baby's getting his milk in the morning. I think she had two boys, so she had two little bucks. So, all right. So I'm going to let them be for a little bit, and we're going to go talk about the problem. So, talk about livestock. Guarding dogs are the protectors. Well, somebody, I won't mention any names, somebody's a little too protective. And when these babies are being born, we've been having a little bit of a problem with Leesky. He loves these goats so much, and he loves these baby goats so much that when these mamas are in labor, he wants to be right there, and he wants to help the mama clean the babies up. And on these first-time moms, it can cause a problem, because if they aren't the ones that clean that baby up, and you know, it's a nasty scene and all that, but it's just part of nature. You know, they'll eat the placenta, stuff like that. But these dogs, they are, both of them, Cora and Leesky both, will always be right next to the moms that are kidding, and they want to clean those babies up. Leesky, he wants to get rid of that afterbirth just as soon as possible, because that afterbirth you guys have heard me say this many times before, it produces a scent, and that's where the predators come in. So Leeski's so protective of these babies. He wants to get them cleaned up so fast. He wants to get rid of that afterbirth when it's, you know, laying on the ground and all that. He tries to clean up the mamas, but sometimes with these first-time mamas, you know, they've never had babies before, so it throws them for a loop, and he makes them a little bit nervous. So he's doing an awesome job. It's just he needs to give the babies and the mama just a little more space. I'm not talking bad about you. I'm just talking about things that we're working on, right? You're still a very good dog. You're very protective. All it does, guys, is it kind of scares these mamas. And sometimes what they'll do is they'll get kind of skittish and they'll leave one of the babies or two of the babies. And, you know, if Leeski's laying right there by them, they're just scared for whatever reason. So this is another first-time mom. You can see the babies in here nursing. Rachel used a tractor and put this in here the other day. This is just another, this is actually a transport cage we use for goats, but it works well for just a little kidding stall as well. So talking about the problem with this goat right here. You guys seen she's not wanting to accept that baby 100%, but that is why we got her locked up in here. These babies are good and big. You know, they'll be fine out and about, but I'm afraid if this mama isn't in close quarters with this baby, that it won't be able to eat and it'll have to be a bottle baby. Now the other little black baby, she's taking it just fine. She don't, you know, she don't bother it, nothing at all. But she had these two babies in the barn. Whenever Rachel come out here and found them, one of the babies was right back here, and there, you know, there's a big wet spot right here where she had the babies. But mama and baby was about 100 yards way over there on the other side of the pond. And Leeski was in here with the baby, just laying right next to it. So the only thing we can figure out is mama got scared after she had the baby. Leeski was right here with the baby. And when I got home, the baby kept trying to nurse on Leeski because he was the only thing around. You know, when newborns are born, they're gonna just assume by instinct whatever is right there is their mama. They get up, they try to nurse first thing, get their colostrum, and they get set in life on the path and they go. Well, Leeski was right here. The mama, first time mama got scared. She went outside the barn and she kind of got away from the mama. So that's why we got them pinned up. But Leeski went ahead and cleaned that baby up, and by doing that, the mom didn't get to bond with it for the first hour or two of its life, didn't clean it up, and she already had another baby. So now I think that is why she's not accepting it. I don't know. Maybe there's something else going on, or she just don't like it. Sometimes we have had babies born several years ago, probably before YouTube, where kids were like deformed, or lambs were just deformed. We had someone that had like a, I don't know what it's called. They had some kind of like cleft lip or cleft palate, something like that, where they couldn't nurse right. And the mamas just, they knew something was wrong with those babies, and they just wouldn't even take care of them. They wouldn't do anything. They'd just leave them, and we'd have to bottle feed them or whatever. So that's what we're dealing with now. I know, and I'm not dogging anybody else by no means, but guys, on our YouTube channel, we try to show you reality and the good, the bad, everything else. And we actually just posted on our website an awesome blog that covers all the aspects of kidding season, what you need, what you can expect, do's, don'ts, stuff like that. Go to hiddenheightsfarms.com and check out our newest blog. If you guys are on the edge of getting goats, or you just have questions, learn from our mistakes. You can go to our website, check out that blog, and I think you will learn a lot from it. It's very informational. We get messages, emails all the time, and that's why we love doing this YouTube channel, because we've been raising goats for like 15, 16 years, and we're not perfect at it. We learn stuff every year. There's new challenges and things that we figure out, and that's why we like sharing all this information with you guys. That is how our YouTube channel was started, was with this goat farm. And we just keep doing it. So this mama right here, she's kind of staying to herself, staying in the barn. I think she's probably gonna have a baby or two. She's not real big, but we'll keep watching her. And this little baby, I can't remember if it's a girl or a boy. We got a lot of boys this year so far. So that one's got some stuff on its rear end. I'm gonna have to get in there and kind of clean it up, make sure it's okay. But he's worn out. He's He is the security for the barn. He stays in here a lot and sleeps, but he stays worn out. I don't know why, but here's the weird deal. He's the male. Cora is the female. She's out here with the herd. She stays out here. Some of the herd sleeps out here at night. Some of them sleep in the barn. But Cora is never very far away, so if there was a predator or anything else, they'd have to get through her. She'll be barking, and then Mr. Leesky will come out and do his job. Or he might stay in the barn to make sure that they're protected. It's pretty cool having two livestock guardian dogs and see how they work together. So here's some of the babies. We're gonna get a little bit close if Mama allows me. There she is. Hey, you guys! Hey! You guys are the first ones of 2023. And I think it's two little boys. Nope, that's a girl. Yep, the black. Oh, she's got a white tip on her tail too. The little bald-faced one, she's a girl, and the one on the left, the brown one, is a boy. They are some cute little babies. And I can't wait till we can let them all out of the barn and let them out here and they just run and play. You'll come out here and there'll be 20 or 30 little babies sitting right here just taking a little goat nap. I got a friend behind me here. Well, you know, Leesky. So luckily it's the weekend and I know we're going to be having more babies born today. This mama right here, let me show you here. Look at her sides. Look how wide she is. This is one of our biggest Kikos. And she's definitely got some babies kicking around in there. I'm not making fun of you. I know you're a good mama. And this will be a good thing. This is one of our mature goats. She's not super old, but she's one of the older goats. And the problem that Leesky is doing, where he's wanting to get too close to these babies and not letting the mom and the babies bond enough, these mamas like that will put him in check. They won't hurt him, but they will nudge him. They will let him know, hey, these are my babies and I'm gonna take care of them, you get away. And sometimes that's just what we need. I'm gonna be out here all day tomorrow. I'll be out here, I'll be watching from the house when I'm not out here. And here's the deal, when these mamas go into labor, sometimes they're sitting there and then all of a sudden you see two babies on the ground. So you got to catch it pretty quick because you don't want to break that bond between the mama and the baby. And he wants to clean them up. He wants to help the mama. He wants to see the new little goats. But it can cause problems. But mostly it's with the first time moms. We might have a few more first time moms, but most of them are going to be well-seasoned nannies. And that means they've had babies a time or two. So let me walk over to the fence and show you guys this other little baby a little closer up. I know, you know, I was talking about this in the barn. A lot of YouTube channels will show you, you know, rainbows and butterflies. Everything's awesome raising these animals, you know, that you can do this, blah, blah, blah. And that's good. Encouragement is good. But if you want to get into like goat farming, that's all I'm going to speak on because that's what we do. You're gonna have some stuff come up where you gotta make choices. You're gonna have to learn from the hard things. We'll talk a little bit about the past that we've had. I told you guys in a couple videos back, we used to have a Commodore dog, and he would actually take the babies from the mama and pile them up in a big pile, and then he'd bite the mama's faces and wouldn't let the mamas anywhere near them to even feed them. And he would do that with kids that was lambs that was a week, 2 weeks old. The only problem we're having right now is with Leesky just trying to clean up the mamas, and these newer mamas are getting a little skittish. So you can see that one there, he's doing good. He needs to latch onto that other side of mama's teat and help her get kind of milked down a little bit. That other teat's a little bit too big. Sometimes you'll run into that whenever you have singles. Sometimes they'll just go to that one teat instead of doing two. If you guys don't know, goats have two teats on their udder, and cows have four. So calves get to pick from one of four. Goats get to pick, usually they only get to pick one because usually there's twins, or sometimes there's even triplets. We don't have any triplets yet, but we got a couple set of twins. So I've got something to show you. I'm not going to show you in this video, but we had something come up in the other pen over where our picos and our emus and our geese are. You guys know we got the little baby geese. We've sold some. We've got some more that we're fixing to sell. So I'm fixing to do another video over that. We got some stuff to talk about over there, and we have a miracle over there that happened, and I don't know how it happened, and I don't think you guys are gonna believe it. So I'm gonna save that for a whole nother video because it's a whole thing we're gonna talk about. But today I just wanted to come and talk about the reality of goat farming. It doesn't always go perfect, but luckily we have the barn, we have the stalls, we have the setup to where we can work with Leesky instead of just coming out here and whooping him or, you know, putting shock collars on him, all that type of stuff. Luckily, Rachel's here now. You know, she's here. She's a full-time mom, wife, and housewife, so, and a farmer. She can be here 24/7 pretty much now when I'm at work and whatever I got to do. So one of us can be out here to help correct the problem with the livestock guardian dogs. Having these dogs is very stressful, but if we don't have them, the coyotes are just going to come and take all the babies. And I think this mama's getting very close. Are you fixing to be in labor, mama? I'm trying to watch her breathing. I don't think she's got heavy breathing yet, but the way she's kind of laying, her udder is just so big. So you can tell she's not in great comfort because she's getting so big. Her udder's getting big. She's ready to go. And then walk around, I don't want to disturb her. So Leesky's waiting for new babies. He wants some new babies. You can see this goat's laying the same way. A lot of them are laying the same way. A lot of these goats are they're gonna start popping. We're gonna have a lot of new babies on the ground any day. And I didn't even count. I have not even counted. So let's count. We got 1, 2, 3. She's not real big, but she should have babies. That's a young one, and that's Tawny. Tawny is very old. I don't think she's bred, but I would not be surprised. So we got 3 out there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's go in here. Got one in here, take a little look. I didn't really get to show you guys this one just yet. You know, baby. This one's a tiny one. Yeah, just a little tiny one. You know, mama. Pretty girl. Yeah, pretty girl. So let's take a little look. Oh yeah, you're a pretty girl. I think you're a girl, aren't you? I can't remember if it's a girl or a boy. But anyways, I'm not going to bother them. First time moms are kind of skittish. They get nervous really easy. It's new to them. They've never been through the birthing process. I'm just checking on them. I'm not bothering your babies. He said, you got to check with me, Dad. I'm security in here. You're a good boy. All right, so that's kidding season. Started kidding season. This mom is doing really good as a first-time mom. These moms are doing awesome. I'm probably gonna let these out today. She's doing awesome. She's not showing any signs of stress or anything else really, but the babies they're ready to get out. What do you think? I want more babies to play with, Dad. More babies. So anyways, guys, thank you for tuning into today's video. Leave a message down below. If you guys raise goats or sheep or even cattle, you guys know the frustrations that can happen, you know, with weather, with dogs bothering you or predators bothering the moms. Just, there's always something going on. Look at this. Hold on, I gotta. I was gonna try to get a thumbnail, but. Anyways. Yeah, he's a character. He likes showing off on camera. We got some birds up here in the barn. Anyways, leave a comment down below. Have you guys ever had problems with moms and babies, dogs and babies, some type of problem? I don't know if everybody raises goats or sheep or livestock, but I want to hear them if you guys have them. This is one that we're showing you guys. You know, it's something that we can deal with. He is still a young dog. He's 2 years old, so you know he's still gonna have some learning to do. He's gonna have to get trained by some of these elder moms And they're gonna have to teach them, hey, don't mess with my kids right now. Let me bond with them. Let me get them cleaned up, and then you can, you know, you can come move in. You can have the afterbirth if you want it, but let me do the process with my kids, because part of that process is the mom cleaning up the babies, cleaning up the rear end, determining, yes, that's my babies, that's my scent, and that bonding. The moms will take their head and they'll push the newborn kids back to their backside underneath their udder and kind of guide them back there to where the milk is. And naturally, the kids just reach up and look for something to suck on, and that's what happens. She said, yep, that's exactly what I did, mister. I'm a good mom. So by the next video, we'll probably have several of these babies out and running around. You know, we like to just pin them up and monitor them. Now some of the older ones, we haven't had an issue, so we probably won't mess with pinning them up. We'll just have to play it by ear. But anyways, guys, subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed. Follow us on Facebook. Make sure to check out our blog, our new website, hiddenheightsfarms.com. I will share a link in the description below, and let us know what you guys think. So, love you guys. Leave a comment, like this video, and we'll see you next time. What's your baby doing, huh?